Right, hello, welcome to this recording. It is recording, and that is good. I thought while we were at the end of the season, 'tis the 30th of May, the end of season for everyone concerned, apart from Sam Hamburger, who has some other exciting duties to do. I'll just run through the stats that are currently available, um, and just see how the season has gone. Take it in the round. Um, So I thought I'd kick off with Bromley, although I did check we used 34 players this season, but only one goalkeeper still at the club, so that makes that slightly straightforward. Macaulay Isles, he's been reasonably good statistically. He's like one of the best keepers in the league and maybe of the league above as well. Um, he started off fairly poorly, but he's 10 clean sheets, pretty good. Can't argue that. I wonder how many of those. Where does it say it? Conceded 0. So of his 10 clean sheets, he's had a lot in the more recent games since January when we essentially stopped losing. So that's hardly surprising, really. We've had again used a lot of players. Com DC was the starting right back I came up with. He's played very poorly. To be honest, with Bromley, it's such a straightforward review because I'll be parting company with a great many of these players. Hopefully I can get Matty Berry back in. He is solid as hell, but he is fairly inconsistent. I'm trying to take that inconsistency out of this Bromley side so we can become real, just crunch through leagues. That's what I want. Gaff Pritchard didn't play very many games, but was quite good. He's not getting paid a lot of money, which is why I brought him in the first place. 6'6". A good laugh. Maybe he will survive. I'm not sure he will, but we'll see about that. Sam Heath is someone I'm excited about having with us next season. He's our right wing back. Very important to get that right. He's only 20 and he'll be with us, paid a reasonable amount next season. His only disadvantage is that he's a midget and apparently he's really consistent, but I've not seen that. He's played quite well. Is that reflected? He's been the picture of consistency. Wow, that is amazing. As someone who is literally, I suppose it shows that his ability is probably above this level. Maybe it's in the league above where we'll uncover his true inconsistency. Andrew Hughes has been top quality. He's very solid. I like him a lot. He's another one who's very inconsistent, but as you can probably tell by the form, has not really been that inconsistent. He's just been very solid. He's done well. Leachy never quite got the games that I was hoping. I've had him all season. He's just really flexible as well. Like that in the Leachy boy. John Harris is someone we'll have next season. He's played 34 games. He's been kind of disappointing. I don't know if you remember. He's another one with some mental frailties, but he's fairly consistent, so that's good. He's getting better in the future. He's a solid left back. Off Chelsea, free off Chelsea. So fairly, he's not used to our training facilities, that's for sure. That's what the defence looked like. David Sedil will also be with us next season, actually. Oh no, apparently he won't. But he's one of our best centre backs. So let's see, will I be able to sign him? Yeah, that's fine then. Not a problem. We move through to the midfield. We've got Ben Allen, who came in right at the end of the season and was sensational, really. A player with greater ability than is necessary for this league. And again, that he's got some poor aspects to him, but I would very much like to get him on loan again. He seems to complement the Bees quite well. They're quite similar. Alan has a bit more, whereas Beasley has creativity, Alan has the pace to get on the end of things. So if I could get him, I wonder if I can get him now. Ooh, I can get him now. I think that's worth sticking in a punt for there. We'll see how that goes. Cool. I promise I won't do this for every player. Louis Tomlinson scored a lot of penalties, was all around pretty good, just vaguely technically decent. Again, if I could get him again, I maybe would. Ooh, maybe not with his level of mental deficiencies, but he would be a leading player. So okay, again another one that I'll have to think about. Who else played? He only played once, although he didn't. He'll actually. Okay, allegedly he did. I'm confused about that because I had him. Anyway, doesn't matter. George Scar played well. He won't be with us next season, more than likely. Aaron Hassel hopefully will. He's really, after a highly dodgy start, I seem to remember, he's very average. He then came through with some good games and then had a fairly dodgy end. I wonder if that's reflected. He's fairly inconsistent, so it is. Daniel Parsons was solid for us, not spectacular, but very solid, hard-working midfielder. He's fairly decent. Who will we actually have with? Martin Walford is my director of football, I believe. Is he a director of football, or is he? I can't even freaking remember what job he does. Oh, he's something. I can't bother to check now. He's very wise, but not very fast or strong. Yeah, I don't know quite what's going to happen to him. Harrison Heath, some people want him. He's a good all-rounder. I'm hoping to keep hold of him as a good backup. Michael Scott played appallingly all season. Obviously, the most gifted player in the entire squad, really. Utterly outrageously talented for this level. I expect better things from him next season. And then, God, there's a lot of. I've got some people on trial because I'm trying to lower the amount of wages they want by nicking them in on trial. But you can see who the main man was, and the man we've signed up for next season increased his wage because he wouldn't settle for anything less. The Bees Meister, the Bees Knees, it's Jake Beasley. He is the captain, he is the man. He used to play for Maidstone. I love in his thing, it now says he would prefer not to play for Maidstone after he was acrimoniously outed from the club, not in terms of his sexuality, by Sam Hamburger. But yeah, so Ben Allen came in, did well. Peter Stevens came in, did well. He's another one who's inconsistent performer, but you know what? When he scores a lot. So he just scores a lot and then doesn't for a while, and then maybe scores again. But yeah, I quite liked him, quite appreciated. We couldn't have done it without him because we had other players that really scored goals. Cameron Scorer unfortunately didn't score goals. Aida Yusuf scored even less goals, whereas he was maybe one of the more, and hence why we've got a lot of trial players in this attacking area. I'm bringing Lucas Atkins on a non-contract agreement. He wanted something like 500 quid a week, or when I got him on trial, he wanted nothing a week and a game bonus of 230 quid, which is mad. He can play up front, he can play right wing, and right wing back, which is actually, I don't know if I even noticed that, but I might train him there because he's a good all-rounder. He is 33, but he's good for the conference, and we're not going to pay him anything, which I think makes him a fairly good asset to the team. I'm now looking around for my phone because I did put a timer on, and now I've literally lost my phone. So that's fab. But so we've reviewed the Bromley stats. Basically, the only one of interest is Jake Beasley. I will now switch on to the Maidstone for our end of year run-in. I have some other news. Roberto Mancini, after being, was he sacked by Real Madrid? Wow, Euro Cup exit at the hands of Besiktas. Man. So I don't think he was sacked, but maybe he was let go. That's interesting. Okay, so let's have a little looky at the old Maidstone stats for our end of season review. Stefan Riffier was our most capped goalkeeper, but Reece Ryder, he's quite good, but he's just mad, and I don't know. His goalkeeping abilities are really quite consistently good, but he's insane, which just makes me think that that's not a good thing. Lucas Novak is here. Is he a wonder kid? He's not a wonder kid. He's quite good though, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, Riffier, I'd actually got him to sign a sign an extension to his contract because loads of people wanted him, and I thought it was good that he sticks around because he's quite a good goalkeeper. Alright, look at our defence. This has been an absolute, I don't want to say shit show, but it's been a shit show. Luis Alberto is probably one of the most troublesome employees that Maidstone has. It's quite good, he has potential, but he's been whinging about the fact that he has potential for over a year. João Enrique, our top performing defender, doesn't surprise me. I bought him in for Charlton to do a job, and he's done that job superbly. As a consequence, he's got his first Brazil cap. Sam Hamburger being Brazil boss, there's no coincidence there, but he is a superbly attributed defender. All his defensive stats are very, very solid. Lukman Ibrahim, also great surprise of the season. Didn't play much at the start. I was trying to bring him on when I could because he's quite flexible as well. He can play the defensive midfield role. But yeah, he's been great as well since playing consistently. Antoine Lewis, I was trying to bring him on to persuade him to sign a new contract, but he wasn't having any of it. He always had so much potential. I think he's been about this good since he was about 19 or something, so clearly not realised. The game still thinks he has some potential, maybe a leading Premier League player, but I don't see it. I signed him for so much money, and he never quite got there. But he honestly, when he was like 15, he was so good. It was like he was the next Ashley Cole. And then I stopped playing fullbacks, and it all started to go wrong for him. Kaka also played well. I'm wondering how to progress with this video. Okay, alright. Cool, I'll carry on. So yeah, Kaka also played well this season. He'll play more. He'll play more next season. He's all good. George Fowler. See, the big guns of our defence, the players who played a lot of games, like Jimenez. George Fowler played 11 games. Jimenez played loads more, but he's been way worse. But he's obviously, statistically, he's like a beast. Better than him in literally every way. And his wage is like 10 times the amount of his as well. So that's why. But yeah, no, spectacularly bad at the bottom there. Filippo Romagna. It's annoying because I've looked for replacements for Filippo Romagna because I thought he was going to be a starting centre-back. And statistically, there's not that many people around who will come into Maidstone and make a difference and be better than him statistically. But he is inconsistent and he's not shown the good end. He's just been bad. He's another one, Wilfredo Gonzalez. Brought him in at the start. Much better than all of our defenders. He's been poor again. He's fairly inconsistent. It's just making me never want inconsistent players because basically I've not seen them be successful. So, yeah, Mason's defence, bit of a mess. Might have to sign João Enrique again. Right, we'll put Sampa to the side because he's a striker. We've got Icaro there. One of our best players by far. He's developed enormously. Played his way into the Brazil squad. I will. What? Oh, Becky's telling me how to say Icaro properly. But she's whispering, and I've got headphones on, so it's difficult. It's difficult to hear. So yeah, this guy, he's great. I'm going to keep him for a long time, hopefully. Same with John Restrepo. He's amazing. Yeah. What else can you say? So yeah, Ronnie Salazar played great in one game. He's quite well statted, but then I just don't trust him because he has fairly inconsistent performer. I just don't trust him, so he gets less chances as a result of that. Edu has been amazing in his first season. He's 20 years old. Finishing stats, the composure, the off the ball. He's clinical. He will become a clinical striker. He's currently a wonder kid. He will become a clinical striker. Funnily enough, he's got his first cap for Brazil as well. You'll see a theme here. No one likes Maidstone players before Sam Hamburger takes over in Brazil. Bob played well all season. He's quite good. He'll develop further. This is the kind of player that I'm thinking Maidstone need to base their team around. These young players. Oh my god, I just keep clicking on the wrong person. young players who are gaining experience, like Ibrahim or Viljevac or Bob. But yeah, then you've got your straight up stars like Yuri Telemans. He's obviously not developing. He's obviously on a lot of money, but he's completely worth it, and he's only 25. Dem 16s across his stats are fairly amazing. Raja Nainggolan, I suppose one of our better performing players, but I was disappointed in his discipline and the fact that he declined a bit over the season. But he'll still be around, I think. His contract expires at the end of next year when he'll be like 35, so I'll probably wave goodbye to him then. But he's been good value. Westerhoff has come in, done reasonably. Everyone else kind of dropping off here into the played but didn't feature heavily. But yeah, Pasoka, he's unhappy. He didn't play well. Sandro Bauta, I'm giving more experience. I'm just trying to bring him into the team. Sergio Diaz, he's off. He's off. 9.5 million out to, I believe, a Brazilian side, Sao Paulo. So yeah, reasonably happy with that. Come in on free from our benefactors, Charlton. But yeah, disappointing seasons from Ayub Abu and Alex Sarabia. Nicholas Moore is another one who's out. There's a few more, I believe, that I will shed from this squad, who may not be able to cut it and may be replaced by people who need more experience, like the younger guys who come in and do the job that an Ibrahim or a Viljevac have. So that's true. Up front, our best striker this year, bought him in January for 16 million. Haven't regretted it at all. He's been great. Gonzalo Samper, can't argue with him. Very, very good, improving as well, so that's brilliant. Carlos Rua, his form dropped off heavily towards the end of the season. He's now, really did. Look at that. Just didn't get it going again after his injury. He's scored a couple of goals for Colombia, so I'm fairly happy with that. Who else have we got? So Edu obviously is going to feature heavily for Brazil at the World Cup. Maybe not. Depends who gets injured. But he had a good season. We've got Jose Manuel. How do you say that, Bob? Jose Manuel. As opposed to Mano El. Well, that messed that up in my head. Anyway, yeah, he's quite good. He might need more caps for Maidstone, not Brazil. He's not near that yet. And yeah, we'll lose a few more. We'll lose Gaglioni. We'll lose. Who are you looking at now? Becky's auditing my squad with her eyes. Gaglioni. I quite like calling him Gaglioni, to be honest. Well, I do when I'm in a mood. I don't know how much this unidirectional mic is picking up of what Becky's saying, but I'll try and stop it. It's like hearing someone else on the phone. It's never as funny as the person on the phone thinks it is. So right, then we'll move to Charlton Brazil. We might see a bit more complexity with the Charlton squad. As you see, like our best rated goalkeeper, Michał Osipov, he's brilliant. He's still improving. Can't believe he's not Ukraine's number one. I played Ukraine in a friendly as Brazil, and he's not Ukraine's number one. It's really annoying because the guy who's in there isn't even all that. Really played a lot. Still got loads of years left on his contract. He's 30. I'll still have him for the best years of his career, and I might slowly phase him out in favour of Osipov. Villarreal is still doing quite well, and yeah, they're all above 7, so it's pretty strong, really, performance from everyone. Fabio Luis, our best rated, but he really plays in midfield. But yeah, he's worth so much money now. 21 years of age, 44.5 million. Only 4 years after I bought him for 4, and the performances have really hiked up this season, so that's superb. Balanta, Hilton, 2 of my regulars up there, top performing. Fazekas is my starting reserve. And I mean, all of these guys are playing extremely well. You can just see that. Even the likes of Pedro Joan and Charles are still doing really well. So Paslak may be suffering from being 19 and not brilliant, but yeah, so solid defensively. In my midfield, it tends to get more complex because there's a lot of players here who are getting games, and I try and get games. So Svardik is a strong end to the season, and I really like the way he's developed. I've obviously been thinking of introducing him to first team football for quite some time now, and he's really, like, last season he did decently. This season he's done superbly, so that's really good to see. Nuno Nunes, having a bit of a dilemma about Nuno Nunes because obviously he played fantastically this whole season, but then at the end when it mattered, the cup finals, playing in Europe, the big games towards the end of the season, what did I see from him? Very little. So yeah, okay, big game against Man United there, but so yeah, we've got Liverpool, Wolfsburg, Liverpool, Man United, West Ham, Chelsea, and he just didn't score in any of them. I mean, he's got a few assists. I'm sure that column, yeah, he's got a few assists in there, but that's not what he's in the team for. But he's had a great season. But it's, yeah, a bit of a sour end to the season. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, you've got Massa there who played a bit of a supporting role but did his job amazingly. He's maturing. Lombardi, always fantastic. Hamouche, always fantastic. Brilliant to see these guys on average ratings like that. Pogba as well. Lee Lewis kind of came into the team more this season. He'll be one to watch, I'm sure, after his little trips out and about, scoring loads of goals. He's come into the team and scored loads of goals, so can't ask for more than that. Messi's up there, of course. We've got Divock Origi. Even an average rating of 7.34 didn't cheer up Divock Origi. He's been unhappy all year because basically he's not a starting player. And at this stage in his career, I mean, arguably he probably should be, but then arguably you shouldn't sign very long contracts when I'm boss. Luke Milligan's scored a hatful, which is brilliant. People who didn't play so well. I mean, we're still looking at over 7s here, so that's really good. Depay didn't have his best season. He did in fits and starts. I feel like he was really good. Pereira was a bit disappointed. Leonardo, obviously, when it's a lot of sub appearances, I understand why they don't maybe play as well. But yeah, Marco Aurelio getting barely any appearances there. Fernandez, he did really well in some games, but his average rating is fairly poor because he's fairly inconsistent. But they say he's going to be world class. He has some brilliant stats. He's very quick, very agile, but the mentality is what worries me a bit. Even though he's got good decision making, the other ones aren't so brilliant. But he's either footed. He's very flexible. 20 years of age. There's something there, and I'd like to see what happens with him. Right, what else is going on? We've got now our strike force, which I really slimlined this year, which I'm thinking maybe towards the end we didn't score so many goals in our last fixtures, and that's annoying. So Victor Ruffet did amazingly. He's got a brilliant season, signed a big fat new contract, 130 grand a week till 5-year contract, so that's good. Araya again scored a lot of goals. These are all hugely well rated strikers. Erikos, a lot of sub appearances, but I believe he could be very much one for the future. I love those long shots, and it's passing long shots, dribbling, such speed as well, and he's 18 years of age. Doesn't feel comfortable in the big matches, but I'm feeling like he can be, there's consistency, he can be the flat track bully that I bring out against the smaller clubs. Right, one thing I did want to cover quickly was my Brazil squad, who are now out and about. I played a game against Ukraine. I won 2-0, only after 4 injuries. I started with the weaker team actually, so I'll go to the squad actually. I'll go to the squad if my shortcuts work. Okay, I went to my Charlton squad. I'll go to the squad. show you, I suppose, who's who of my Brazil squad. So the goalies are fairly average, to be honest. Got Napoli. I mean, they're good, but they're average at the same time. Cassio is very old, but I like him. I signed him on the previous game. He's very good. He reminds me of Pedro Salgado. If you actually Google him as well, they don't look dissimilar. So yeah, you've got Fabio Luis, Charles, my mainstays, obviously bringing the youth to the team. Marquinhos, again, of real life, he's very good. He's not very good at heading, but he's defensively superb, so he'll be good. Doria, this guy who is called Mike, is Mikey, Mike, but I like him as a wingback, so he'll play that role. Hobson Jose is really, I mean, do they call him world class? My scouts call him world class. The Andre Lopez calls him good, and I've kind of missed out. I didn't really like him at any point. But yeah, he's got good. I feel like he's a good wing back. Like, he's got great crossing ability and real physical positioning. So I feel like that would be good. But yeah, so he's in my Brazil team anyway. He'll partner Fabio Luis in that defensive midfield slot. Got a few other goodies in there, like Alexandro. He's really good. Just have a little look. Having a look at the midfield is much like having a look at the attack. So you've got Neymar in there. He's amazing. You've got Paco in there. He should be really good. Rafinha's he's very flexible, so that's why he's in the squad. He's a bit of a good all-rounder. Felipe Coutinho got his first goal for Brazil. Astoundingly, he's only got 10 caps. I have no idea how that happened, but he's incredibly creative, so I'm just going to plump him in that attacking midfield role and hope he assists Neymar in all things. Icaro there. And yeah, so that's a little rundown of what's happened over the season, and then a little shoot into what will happen over the summer, as I have some big friendlies, and then the World Cup, and then after that the Super Classico. But obviously the real season would have kicked off by that point in like October. So yeah, that's my end of season overview. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to take a nice long drink after I end this recording. And yeah, I'm hella sunburned from bank holiday weekend. Forgot to squeeze that detail in there. Okay, bye.